Yo, it's your boy Ringo TV Reactions. Back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. America's favorite YouTuber. We back again with another one, man. You know, these YouTube streets is crazy, bro. You got cats making videos, talking about your boy. Everybody expressing they hate. But y'all can hate. That's all good. But Karmelo gonna spend the rest of his life in prison because he's a ninja and he have to be dealt with. See, for a long time, you ninjas, y'all been doing evil. And rather than y'all repent of y'all sins, y'all too busy coming together to celebrate death. One thing you ninjas gotta understand is this. When y'all congregate together in expressing your hate, what that shows me is pure hypocrisy, because when it comes to you folks coming together to build the black community, you can't seem to come together. The only time you come together is when it's time to support a murderer. No different than when a ninja in the hood get out of prison. Y'all celebrate this bastard as if though he graduated college. About free my man, so and so and so, yo, free my man. You're always waiting for somebody to free somebody from prison, but you never celebrate a black man going to college, because that's what savages do. And for all you mother effers that was talking ish about me concerning the situation with the white dude in the train that took out the so-called black brother, I was the one on the front line defending the black brother, motherfucker. I was the one that made videos. You understand? I was the one making videos defending Jordan Neely. I was the one making them videos. Where were you racists at? Where were you ninjas at when I was making these videos? When DeSantis was praising Daniel Penny for taking out Jordan Neely. I was on the front line defending the black man. Where the fuck were you at, hypocrite? But you ninjas want to sit on social media talking ish about me. Where were you in my comments when I did these videos? That's the problem with you damn animals. Y'all have selective outrage. But when it comes to people killing people in the hood every day, you don't fight for that. Well, I fought for Jordan Neely. I stood on business and stood for justice, stood against the system, spoke out against Daniel Penny for murdering that man in cold blood in the train station. You know what I mean? I put in the work. You were not there. But see, this is what I mean about these damn ninjas, these animals, because all they do is have selective outrage for what they want to talk about. And really, it's just for a check. At the end of the day, these YouTubers don't give a fuck about nobody but a bag. They don't care about the story. They don't care about who lived. They don't care about who died. What matters is who hit the damn Cash App. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If there ain't no money involved, ain't nobody making no goddamn videos. If ain't no money to be made, none of these ninjas will be on a microphone. Talk to me. Nobody acting like they care. I've been doing this YouTube shit before all you damn content creators, when nobody was getting paid. I've been putting in work for years when there was no monetization, and I always been on the front line putting in work. Where were you in 2006? Where were you in 2007? Where were you in 2008, 2009, 2010? 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Where the fuck were you at? None of you were there. And I was putting in that work and I wasn't getting paid. There was no Cash App. There was no Super Chat. There was no PayPal. There was nothing. All you had was your video content. That's all you had. But now dudes are doing this because they're just trying to get paid. Now dudes are just saying whatever they can say in order to get the audience to side with them. When at the end of the day, a lot of these cats are nothing but racists. A bunch of damn racists that hate white people. That's all it is. And the content creators are just doing what they're doing for a check. Because at the end of the day, they don't care. They don't care who's who. They don't care if the white boy did it or if the black boy did it. They don't care. It's all about a check at the end of the day. When I started on YouTube, there was no money. None. There was no money to be made. We did our content because we cared about our content. We spoke on the stories because we had love for the stories. We weren't doing nothing for no damn money. Do you understand? But nowadays, it's a business. So when you see all these content creators acting like they reporting the news, acting like they standing for something, they don't care about this cat. They care about, let me see how much Cash Apps I just got. That's all they care about. Don't care about no damn Karmelo. Ain't none of you ninjas putting nothing on his commissary if that man go to prison. Ain't none of you ninjas going to visit him. So stop the damn selective outrage. Bunch of hypocrites. These cats don't even love their own family. These cats wouldn't even support their own mama. These cats wouldn't even support their own cousin. They hate each other, but they acting like they got love for Karmelo. Sit down. Sit down. The man is a murderer, and he deserves life in prison. Life for taking another man out. Why? Because of rage. Because he's emotional like his mama. Where was his daddy? Where was his daddy to teach him how to de-escalate? Where was his daddy to teach him anger management? Where was his daddy? But see, you damn ninjas from the hood, the only language you understand is from the hood, and that's why all of y'all are felons. A bunch of damn felons. A bunch of damn criminals, a bunch of damn bird hoppers jumping in and out of the pen, talking a bunch of ish on social media. Why? Because you ain't helping the black community. You ain't helping this youth. You're programming them to be just as a degenerate as you are. A bunch of damn selective outrage hypocrites. This young kid is a murderer. He took a knife to the so-called event and he plunged it into this young man's heart. And rather than y'all hold him accountable, y'all busy setting him up so that he can have money, so that he can live good, so that he can drive good, so that he can have his attorneys to get him off the case. Just like Tyrone, just like Markey, just like all these other guys that commit crimes, and you be like, free my man Marcus, man, free my man. Marcus killed a baby, and you trying to get him out of the pen? No, he deserved to die in prison. He deserved to rot in prison. No mercy. No mercy at all. All you ninjas that congregate on these YouTube platforms, throwing all your hate, talking all your garbage about me, the only time y'all gather together is when it's time to hate another black man. Y'all could never come together when there's black on black crime. Never. Y'all could never come together in the hood to reject the violence, to get rid of the drug dealers, to get rid of the rapists, to get rid of all of the crime. Y'all never come together for that. Y'all know who the killers are. Y'all know who the gang members are, but y'all don't say a damn thing because you're a bunch of damn venomous hypocrites. And this is why the Most High put you in captivity. This is why the Most High put the other nations above you. This is why you're on the damn bottom. This is why they're the first fired. This is why. Because you're rebellious and you're evil and you don't want to repent of your sins. This young man murdered a kid, murdered him in cold blood. And what do the black community do? They donate to support his so-called fundraiser. They try their best to tell you the world he's innocent. How you innocent? How you gonna tell the world that this killer is innocent? Are you his attorney? He murdered someone. But I bet you if Karmelo would have murdered your son, and I'm talking to you damn hypocrite YouTubers, if Karmelo would have murdered your son by plunging a knife in his chest, you would not make a video saying, Karmelo is innocent. You wouldn't do that. But when Ringo TV stand on the front line and speak that truth, all you get is a bunch of damn ninjas talking ish. But they never stand together to rid the black community of all the crime. Go to any predominantly black community, you'll see nothing but violence, crime, bloodshed, mothers crying, candles in front of buildings. Every single night there's a mural on the wall. Why? Because these damn savages and animals are out here killing each other. This young man deserves life in prison so he could be a damn example to you ninjas on what you gonna get. No mercy. And if it was up to me, they need to pass the death penalty and they should let the family take him out. That is justice to me because you took this man out. Matter of fact, the way the law is supposed to be, if I was in power, the way the law is supposed to be, the death penalty, it should be the way in which you take a man out. The way you kill him is the same judgment you get. That's the death penalty. And the family is allowed to take you out lawfully. And to me, that's justice. That is what the law is supposed to be. The way you take somebody out, they have a right to take you out if they choose to. Or they could just have you go to prison for life or have the gas chamber. But at the end of the day, this young man deserved life in prison. Just because he black don't mean a damn thing. He's just another ninja who went out there and made a bad decision. Where was his daddy? Y'all love to talk about, oh, these young men raising these single mother homes, blah, blah, whoopee whoop, what, all this garbage. Okay, where his daddy? I thought he have a good grade point average. Where was his intelligence? Where was his smarts? You ninjas are pathetic. All y'all talk about is a bunch of garbage. Well, the white boy, he was bullying him. So let me get this straight. So anytime somebody's bullying you, you got to kill him now. Is that what you're saying? So if your son come home and say that one of the kids in school was bullying him, you going to tell your little boy to bring a knife to school and kill him? That's what you going to teach your boy? That's what the black community teach. The black community teach people to do this kind of evil, bro. Absolutely sick. But this is what we could expect, But these ninjas go around YouTube, be asking dumb questions like, yo, where was Ringo? How come he don't talk about white people that go against black people? And why don't he do about this? I did that already. And I have many videos on my platform what I did now. So what you gonna say now? What are you gonna say now? You're just a damn hater. See, the thing about me is I got the balls to speak. I don't give a fuck about none of you ninjas on YouTube. I say what the hell I gotta say. I've been here before all of you. None of you ain't shit to me. Real talk. I speak that real fire. I don't got no time to sugarcoat because I done did the work. You guys are here for a check. You guys are here for a super chat. You guys are here for a cash app. Your job is to manipulate these damn degenerate so-called viewers that don't have no backbone or no education, all dropped out of damn high school, all live in the ghetto, all commit crimes, all are felons. Your job is to literally soup them up and gas their head up and gaslight them in order for them to come out of those pockets and support your so-called super chat and your cash app. That's what you're here for. I don't got no damn time for this mess. You have a young man that committed murder in cold blood. Cold blood. He took out this other young man. And what do you guys say? That it's justified, that it's okay, that it's good because he's a white boy, so it's okay to do. He had it coming. Well, he told him to stop. He warned him, so he warned him. So really, so let me get this straight. So if you tell somebody something, you got a right to put a knife in their chest? You not that smart, bro. You not that smart. You not that smart. And this is the problem with these ninjas. You can't take them serious. That's why you're on the bottom and will always be on the bottom. No matter how much y'all cry, no matter how much y'all make videos, no matter how much y'all talk and make new movements, every other year y'all make a movement. First y'all Christians, then you're Hebrew Israelites, then you're so-called Egyptologists, then you're so-called pro-black, then you're B1, then you're FBA, then you're all these different damn groups. Every year you make up a new group, a new following, a new cult. And what is it designed to do? Do what for the black community? Not a damn thing. Because ain't nobody making no money, everybody in poverty, and everybody going to prison because all you're doing is committing a bunch of damn crimes. And then when you commit crimes against yourself, nobody's talking about it. Where's the outrage when there's black on black crime? Black people are down in the ghettos every single day. Where's the videos? Why these so-called content creators are not making videos about all the crime going on in their community? All the crime going on in the hood between blacks. Where's the videos? Where are the videos of these content creators talking about these haters in the black community? You know why they don't talk about it? You know why they don't talk about it? Because there's no money in it. That's why they don't talk about it. There's no money in talking about black on black crime. There's no outrage when you're talking about black on black crime. But there's money to be made when you have a black man that took out another white kid. There's money to be made. They don't care. All selective outrage. Their job is to manipulate the viewer, to manipulate the people that have so-called internalized racism and bring them all to their platforms so they can eat. At the end of the day, the content creator don't care about the story. They care about the money that could be made. Let's call it out. Call it out. They don't care. They care about the money, and they'll stay on live as long as they can. Let me check that Cash App. Let me see how my Cash App looking. Let me see where my money coming. My money looking good. Make sure y'all bless that Cash App now. Bless that Cash App. That's it. That's all they care about. They don't care about the story. When I do my videos about the story. When this story first broke, I made one video in the car, and I said, hey, I'm gonna make some videos about this. And what did I do? I waited, gang. I waited. I didn't come out trying to milk the system. I didn't come out with 5,000 videos talking a bunch of garbage. I waited and I waited and I let everybody talk. And then I make one video. Then all of a sudden, everybody started hating on me. Ain't that something? One video. And they start hating on me. Imagine that, gang. Imagine that. A bunch of damn haters, like this person here. He says, you got your Cash App pin. You worrying about my Cash App pin, but you watching me though. You watching me. And you worrying about me. Why are you here watching me? That's the question I have for you. Why are you, Mr. Nympho? Why are you here watching me? Why exactly are you here? Because you're just a pocket watching hater. That's all you are. Why are you watching me? That's the question we want answered. Why are you here? Do you care to answer that question? You're here watching me. You're watching me. You must be stupid and foolish to be watching me. You know? You just happen to click on this. Well, I'll help you out of the room. Bye. You don't belong here. Go back to those Ringo hating channels. We don't got no time for you. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't got no time for this garbage. You know what I mean? Let me see. Also, I got to get this other clown out of here, fam. You got to go. What's this dude named Knox Corner TV? I seen you on that other platform talking shit. You got to go, fam. Bye. We don't got no time. Packing your asses up. All you damn demons and devils pulling up over here. You were just on that other platform talking ish about me. Don't come over here, hypocrite. Stay over there in that hood. Don't come over here to my hood. Don't come over here. Stay over there and be a damn racist. You ain't doing a damn thing for the black community. You ain't helping nobody. All you doing is talking ish about another black man that stand for truth. This man murdered a kid and y'all not holding him accountable. That's evil, that's wicked, and that's internalized racism. And all you do is express that same racism towards other men that speak the truth. You don't hold this young kid accountable. No, instead you support his fundraiser. That's what you do. It don't make no damn sense. All these damn snakes. You think I don't see who they are in the comments? I know y'all by username. I see y'all in the comments on other platforms talking ish about me. And you think you could slide on over here and spit your venom? No, you're not welcome here. Stay off the platform. Don't even come over here, hypocrite. I don't got no love for none of y'all. Y'all not my people. I don't give a damn. Y'all damn near heathens and devils. I don't got no time for that mess. Bunch of damn evil workers of iniquity and witches and warlocks. That's all they are, fam. They don't got no love for anybody but they pockets. That's it. Selective outrage. That's how these content creators do you. They manipulate you and they play on your emotions. And what they do is, if you're the type of person that got selective outrage, what they do is they reel you in with their content. They get you revved up. They'll make you hate white people. They'll make you hate anybody. And they'll gather you up. And before you know it, you start throwing all your money at them. You start supporting them. You start hitting the Cash App. You start hitting the Super Chat. Why? Because those particular content creators, they don't care about nobody. At the end of the day, it's just a hustle. At the end of the day, they're just doing what they got to do to make a bag. At the end of the day, they're like, look, I got to come on. Ringo just got on. Ringo just went live. Okay, let me go live and let me hustle these damn people. And that's exactly what they do every single day. If I didn't say nothing, they wouldn't even have the courage to be live. If I didn't speak, they wouldn't be on the microphone. If I didn't go live to talk about the situation, none of these ninjas on YouTube would be talking, gang. I'm telling you, it's all a hustle. And what they play on is your feelings, your emotions. And all this does, it make us as a community become more hateful, and all the other nations hates us even more. And you're gonna see, something's gonna come out after this situation. Something's gonna come out after this situation. You know why? Because y'all won't correct the wrong. Instead, you glorify it. You're glorifying murder. You're glorifying evil. You're glorifying killing people over nothing. So guess what's going to happen to you? There's going to be more crimes coming up in the near future. Mark my words. Where you're going to have white people killing black people. Mark my words. You're going to see crimes that are going to pull up. And all of you people with y'all selective outrage are going to twist and turn when you see the new deaths that are coming forth. I'm gonna see you hypocrites. All you damn snakes that pulling up over here talking ish. What love do you show the black community? What is the condition in your community? What's the crime rate in your community? How many times have you called the cops to report the drug dealers? How many times have you called the cops to report the thugs on the corner, the gangsters on the block? You ain't doing nothing. That's exactly my point. You don't do nothing concerning the criminals that you see every day in your neighborhood. You don't do anything. You never say a word. You know who they are, but you don't say a word, because that's how the black community is. They don't do anything about it. All they do is focus on protecting criminals. So it's no wonder why they're saying free Karmelo, because he's a criminal. And that's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they do. They want to free the criminals because they're hypocrites. And for whoever this person in the comments saying you a real hypocrite, I don't know if you know what the word hypocrite mean, because you're using the word and it don't mean you're just saying something. But a hypocrite is a person that professes to believe in certain practices that they don't even hold. See, I'm not a hypocrite because I practice what I believe. You see this situation here? You remember that story? Jordan Neely? Okay, he was pretty much killed by a white man in the subway, you know what I mean? And they killed him in cold blood, choked him out and killed him. Guess what? I made videos defending Jordan Neely against the so-called white man. That's right. I made videos while DeSantis was praising so-called Daniel Penny for killing him. I spoke against the white man and wanted the white man to fry in prison. I spoke against him. Where were you? to call me a hypocrite? Where were you? See, I'm only a hypocrite when I speak against the black man, when I hold the black man accountable. That is when I'm the hypocrite according to you. But see, that's not what hypocrisy is. Hypocrisy is when you profess certain beliefs that you don't even practice. If I tell you, you shouldn't go to the strip club because it's not the godly thing to do, and then you see me at the strip club, that would make me a hypocrite. Why? Because I'm preaching to you one thing, but I'm not doing the thing which I practice. That's a hypocrite, dumbass. You see what I mean? Now watch this. Watch the other dumbass comment they post. They said, you clearly don't have black love, cause how you gonna throw a brother under the bus? That is not no brother. What are you talking about, brother? This damn demon, this animal, this damn serpent that killed the white kid is not no brother of mine. Matter of fact, on all these other channels where they talking ish about me, I heard the damn content creator Red Supreme even said, he's not my brother. And he said that to Ringo TV. He said, Ringo TV is not my brother. So don't tell me nothing about brother and none of this garbage, because ain't none of you so-called content creators my brother. So don't give me none of that black on black brother stuff. I'm not with none of that. Y'all enemies at the end of the day. Real talk. Now, let's get to this particular situation over here, man, because this is serious business. I'm not here playing games with nobody. Talking about I don't got black love, but yet you on platforms where they talking a whole load of crap about me. Imagine that, people. Imagine this mess. This person is literally in my comment section telling me you clearly don't have black love cause you gon' throw a brother under the bus without even hearing his side of the story. You a real blah blah blah. A brother? He's not my brother. I don't know him. I don't know his family, and I don't care. I'm here to deal with the facts. And the facts of the matter is he killed a man over a damn seat. That's the facts. The facts is he brought a knife. The white kid didn't have no knife. The white kid had his hands. And rather than the black man use his hands, the black man used a knife and decided to take a life. And you don't got nothing to say. So don't tell me no garbage about throwing a brother under the bus. He's a murderer. He's an animal. It's not no brother. This is what I mean about the black community, gang. They are always supporting killers. They're always supporting murderers. And this is what they do, gang. Absolutely sick. This kid threw himself under the bus. He even told the cops, I killed him. And he told the cop, can this be a case of self-defense? Literally trying to create an alibi. Literally trying to create a way out. No, it's not self-defense, young man. You brung a knife. You brung a knife to an event with the intent to kill. And I got these damn content creators telling me, oh, he's saying what the white man is saying. He's saying what the such and such is saying. He's a Sambo. He's a coon. He's a this. He's a that. All of this hate. And that's coming from black people. So why those black people got so much hate for me? But yet, because I'm speaking this truth, all of a sudden I'm a bad person? Nah, I don't care what y'all got to say. Y'all can hate me all y'all want. Matter of fact, the more you hate me, the more you confirm that black people don't got no damn love for one another. So you're supporting what I teach. Y'all gonna look bad? No, you looking bad right now. Because the reason why you looking bad is that a kid is dead and you don't even care. You don't got no empathy for that kid that died. You don't even care about his family mourning. You're sick. Because if he did that to your child, if he did that to your family members, you would not care. You would literally lose your mind. You would go crazy. If this dude killed somebody in your family, you gonna say, well, you know, we need to wait. We need to hear the circumstances. We need to find out what's going on. You ain't gonna talk that garbage. You ain't gonna, but because the kid is white, you don't care. So guess what's gonna happen? When another black man or woman get killed by the hands of a white person, guess what? Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care. And this is the new thing that the black community do. Anytime you're a black man and you speak the truth, they come in and they say, you're a tether. You're a tether, 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 tether. You guys are like elementary kids in school. Tether, 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 tether. Let me pack you up real quick with your tether ass. Let's go. Shout out to Denise for the support. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We don't got no time for you trolls, bro. You trolls gotta go. You're filled with demons at the end of the day. By the pure fact you trolls even come over here, you care about what Ringo TV got to say, because I'm the man. I'm a voice in these YouTube streets. Everybody listening and watch me in the clouds. All these content creators, they be sitting back there getting their inspiration from me. If I don't go live and speak on a topic, they don't even make a video. They make videos when they see me make videos. As soon as I go live and I talk about something, all of a sudden everybody get balls now. Everybody got something to say. Everybody defending this damn murderer. This man is a murderer, and he murdered a young kid with a knife. And rather than people hold him accountable, they literally giving him a pass, acting as if though he's a good person, like he's this good angel. You know what I mean? And they donating to him. That's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I don't even know why you clowns are over here watching me. Y'all don't support the platform. You don't hit the like button. You wasting your time. You're just going to get blocked. It don't even make no sense. Go back on over there to those hate channels that hate Ringo TV and sit there and talk all the ish you want to talk in their comments. I don't go to these people platforms to go in their comment sections to talk ish, but y'all seem to always want to come on over here. So to all you content creators, tell your damn viewers, stop coming to my platform to talk ish, because I don't go to your platforms, and I don't go in your comment sections, and I don't send any of my people to your platforms. Take your damn tails and go over there. These people is crazy, full of demons, and that's why the black community is not taken serious by no community. Nobody respects you because you act like a bunch of damn savages and you're always killing one another. And when it's a situation like this, all of a sudden, all of y'all become investigators. All of a sudden now, all of y'all become attorneys, and y'all know everything, and y'all know right from wrong. And all of a sudden, you got morals and values, but you don't got no damn respect for yourselves. Your pants is sagging, you're in and out of prisons, you're looting stores, you're committing crimes, you're robbing old ladies, you're doing all sorts of damn evil. Nobody don't got no time for that mess. None of these YouTubers stand for truth. All they trying to do is line their pockets. At the end of the day, y'all gotta understand the hustle. You gotta understand the hustle on social media. These content creators do not care about Karmelo Anthony. They don't care. It is just a story for them to gather up the so-called degenerates that have and suffer from internalized racism. And what they do is they play on your weakness, your emotions, and they get you pulled in, and they speak the words that they know you will love. So what they do, let's focus on Ringo. Hey, Ringo is this, and Ringo said that. And what it does is you already hate me. So because of what I say, it just reinforces your hate. And then they go on to somebody else. Well, this is another black YouTuber. He said this about Karmelo Anthony, and and they just reinforce your hate. And now you're just gathering up a bunch of haters, and that's your following. So your audience is really just a bunch of damn haters, a bunch of degenerates that don't have no common sense. And yet none of those very same people would gather together in the black community. So I'm trying to figure this out. How is it that you so-called viewers who frequent these channels can gather together in the comment section to hate on people that speak the truth, but you never could gather together to rid the crime in the black communities? Never could do it. They could never gather together and go to the black community and rid the crime. Get the drug dealers out. Get the thugs out. Get the gangs out the community. You got a lot of these ninjas that be in the comment sections talking the most ish about me, and they live in a drug-infested community. You damn hypocrite. You have no business talking about nothing when you live in the slums, when you live in a drug, crime-infested, bacteria of death and destruction community, and you ain't doing a damn thing to fix that problem, and you have the nerve to talk about me speaking against this evildoer that's out here murdering people? You tripping. Every day in the black community, there's death and crime. And to you sisters, man, y'all gotta stop opening your legs for these damn animals out here that walk around acting gangster, acting like they big time and tough. You gotta stop. Don't even open your legs for these damn animals. Don't even deal with them. You ladies gotta use your brain. Stop going and falling for these type of dudes, bro. Stop it, you know? And at no point have I ever said that Karmelo was a thug. But content creators are going around saying that. They saying that Ringo said that, Karmelo was a thug. I never said the man was nothing. All I said is the man is a murderer because he took a life. He took a life. Plain and simple. The white kid didn't have no knife. He didn't brandish a knife. He didn't threaten his life. So for you to take a man's life and claim self-defense because he put his hands on you and you figure, okay, I can kill him. You're out of pocket. That's not self-defense. I'm sorry. That's not self-defense. You're going to prison. Trust and believe it. Karmelo Anthony is going to prison for life. He's done. I'm not here to play or sugarcoat. I'm here to speak that real. I'm not like these so-called content creators that out here just focusing on, I'm just trying to please the people and get the people to like me. Listen, I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you unsubscribe. I don't care how you feel about me. I'm a man and I stand on business. It doesn't matter if you white, black. I'm going to defend what is right. I'm going to speak the truth and I'm going to hold everybody accountable. Karmelo Anthony is a murderer and he deserves life in prison. And anybody that's defending him, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because I'm telling you, if it was the other way around, if the so-called white kid killed Karmelo, man, oh man, it'll be a whole different ball game. The black community would be calling everybody a racist. Everybody will be called a racist. It's a hate crime. Everybody will be banding together. They'll have Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, all these different people. They'll have, what is that other guy? Crump. Crump will be there too. The so-called attorney Crump. Anytime somebody get killed and they're black, Crump is always there. How come you don't ever see Crump when there's a white person that died? Where Crump be at? How come you never see Crump anytime a white person die? And it's only when black people die. Why? Because he's a racist too. He don't care about nobody else. He play on the emotions of people too. They know how to do it. Listen, everybody's a hustler. From the attorneys, from the content creators. Listen, you viewers that are in the clouds, you got to recognize when content creators are hustling you. You got to recognize that. All these content creators you see hating on me, right? They're doing that because they know deep down inside you suffer from internalized racism. They don't care about Karmelo. They wouldn't even put no money on his books if he's in prison. They're not going to visit him in prison. He's just another story. And what they're going to do is capitalize off of that story to reinforce the hatred that you have for white people. And that's what a lot of content creators do. You got content creators that are saying, Karmelo's innocent. He's innocent. How you know he's innocent when he killed somebody? What are you talking about? Not only did he kill a man, he killed him in front of everybody. He killed him in front of witnesses. Do you know what his trial gonna look like? Do you know what kind of trial he's done? He's finished. He's finished. He was killed in front of multiple people and they all saw it. Absolutely, he's done. He's done. He threw his whole life away. But y'all saying he's a smart kid. He's not a smart kid. He's dumb. How could you be a smart kid and you ain't count the cost? You ain't think about the actions, your reaction and how people gonna look at you after that. You think you're gonna get away? Haven't this young man looked at society yet and understand what he's involved in? Come on now. You take down the athlete and stab him in his chest and kill him, make him bleed out in front of his brother. And then you ran like a coward and then confessed to the police and said, yeah, I did it. Yeah. Could it be looked upon as self-defense, officer? Bro, you finished. You are finished, bro. You are finished. You're done. Nobody should be supporting you at this point. And I cannot stand how the black community are literally supporting a murderer. It's sick. But I'm the bad guy. They're busy. Listen, people are on platforms right now talking about me, dog. That's how powerful my words are. Anytime Ringo TV make the news on other platforms, you already know I'm speaking some real ish. If I wasn't, nobody would care. You know what I mean? I told you, none of these content creators was around when I started. I don't give a fuck about these cats, bro. Real talk, real spit. I've been doing this when there was no money on YouTube. No money. And I was speaking about all the stories. Consistent. Had passion and love for the work that I do. These guys do it because they see a dollar. They see a Cash App. Tell them to go live without a Cash App. Tell them to go live. Tell them to try it. Because I did that for more than 10 years. More than 10 years. Tell them to do it. Tell them to do it for a month. Tell these YouTubers, go live and don't monetize for a month. These guys would damn near die. Because it's all about that dollar. They would not even turn on their camera if there's not a dollar to be made. So when it comes to these type of stories, they're not speaking from the heart. You can hear the passion in my voice. You can hear the consistency. You can see the dedication. I'm serious about what I do. I'm serious. These guys just play with your emotions. They know a lot of you are racist. They know a lot of you black folk don't like white people. And we want to sit around and act like black people can't be racist. Black people can be just as racist as white people. Just as racist. You know what I mean? And what they do is they capitalize off of your issues. And they tell you the things that they know you want to hear. And that's exactly why you gravitate towards their platform. Because they feed you that drug. They feed you that content that is full of hate. And it makes you hate. And that's what they do. They play those games on you, man. And it's just sick. You know, shout out to Joseph for the support. He says, this is exactly why I left the hood. That's a fact. That's why a lot of black folk left the hood. That's why a lot of white folk don't want to be around ninjas. And I just keep it a buck. You know what I mean? It's because of what? Crime, violence, you know, no accountability. Parents are not raising their kids properly. You know, people are killing each other over petty stuff. It's ridiculous. And it's too much of it. And it happens every day. And people are fed up. You got a lot of black women that refuse to live in black communities. They're leaving. They're moving out. And then how many of you people with a show of, matter of fact, let me ask you this. How many of you folks with a show of a one moved out the black community and you were hated by black people for moving out? How many with a show of a one? You moved out the black community. You got yourself together. You got your money right. Even if you were struggling, you struggled and got your money together just to get out the community. And once you did that, the black community hated you for it. All because you decided to better yourself. And it's not about, oh, if you move to another community, it's like better because it's the white community or whatever. You just moved to a decent community. You move to a community where there are black people, there are white people, there's a mixed community, and it's a decent, nice environment. You know what I mean? It's still got its issues. No neighborhood is perfect and flawless. At the same time, compared to the hood, the community you at now is 100 times better. 100 times better, fam. You know? In the black community, you can't go to sleep with your car door open. You can't go to sleep with your garage open. You can't go to sleep with your house door open. You can't do that in the hood. You know why? Because a ninja will rob you. A ninja will rob you. He ain't gonna say, my brother. You know, you're my brother from another mother. No, he's gonna rob you. He's gonna rob your car, you know? He's gonna carjack you. That's what he's gonna do in the hood. Ain't no love in the hood. There is no love. So I don't wanna hear none of that brother-sister talk. I don't wanna hear none of that mess. We don't like each other, dog. I get so much hate for speaking the truth. It's sad, man. So much hate. People be hating on me for no reason, dog. This is wild, man. Absolutely wild, bro. Let me see. Oh, I ain't shout out Marilyn? Where Marilyn comment at? I didn't even see her comment. Shout out to Marilyn for the $20 support. Says, keep preaching the word. He is gifted as he can be. I didn't even see your comment. Where the hell is the comment? When did you post a super chat? This is crazy. This is wild. I don't even see the super chat. This is wild. I don't know what's going on. I don't even see the two. I hope YouTube is not bugging out again where I can't see your comments again. Because I don't even see her in the chat. What the heck is going on? Let me see. Maryland. I don't see no comments. I don't see no comments again, man. It's like it's happening all over again. I don't know. I can't even see it. This is wild. But anyway, y'all, these cats on these social media streets be hating me. I don't care. I don't care about none of you YouTubers. I don't rock with none of y'all. I already made up my mind. I don't fuck with none of you YouTubers, man. Y'all some of the snakiest, damn venomous demons on the face of the earth. And I realized that, and I try to show a lot of love. I try to be very respectful. But a lot of you guys, man, you very disrespectful, and you'll do whatever you can to get that dollar from these damn viewers. You'll do whatever it mean, even if it mean crapping on another YouTuber and trying to do whatever in order to get the audience to love you. Because I already done know how the game go, bro. The way the game go is if you can hate on a particular YouTuber as much as you can, it'll build up your channel, especially if the majority of your viewers technically don't even like that person. It'll show your allegiance to the viewers. So now the viewers will reward you with money. I already know how that go. You know, it is what it is. I don't really care about those viewers. Those viewers are not viewers of mine. Those are just demons and devils. My job is to speak the truth. Haters don't pay the bills. Haters never hit the Cash App over here. Haters never hit the Super Chat over here. So the haters, I don't really care about what they do. Haters are gonna hate. And to be honest, most of the people that be on these platforms that hate me, they're already on my block list. It's like my haters gravitate to wherever they're talking negative about me. And they stay there all day hating. And that's what they do. It's sick. You know? I'm not going to be here supporting murderers. But see, in the black community, the reason why they mad at me is because they figure if I'm black, I'm supposed to be riding with Karmelo, regardless, because he's black. No, I'm not riding with him. He's a damn murderer. It is what it is. You know? He's a murderer. Because I'm telling you, if Karmelo killed your brother, you going to be saying that garbage? You're going to be saying, oh, he's innocent. No, y'all going to be flipping out. Y'all going to be flipping out, man. You ain't going to be no love. You're going to be flipping out. And it's going to be a problem. But no, he was supposed to think before he reacted. You know? If you got a Second Amendment, look, check this out. I'm in a Second Amendment state. You know what I mean? People walk around with guns all the time. Everybody got a gun. That doesn't mean you could just pull out your gun because you have an issue and start shooting. Do you understand that? I could walk outside with a gun and it's cool. At the same time, if I'm having an issue, I just can't pull a gun and point it at people. I can't do that. There are laws, man. You just can't do certain things just because. So for this dude to pull out a knife and stab this other kid, he could afford him. He didn't have to pull out no knife. He could afford it. His life wasn't in danger. His life was, it's not like if, the other young man said, you know what, I'm going to kill you. And he pulled out a knife too, or pulled out a gun. And then Karmelo reached in his pocket and grabbed a knife real quick. Nah, it didn't happen like that. He threatened the kid. You know, Karmelo threatened him. So you put your hands on me, you're going to see what's going to happen. And as soon as he did it, boom. He plunged a damn knife in his chest. You see how that is? Ain't that something? How you gonna tell me you weren't there, loudmouth, and you on my platform? You know what comes with that, right? What comes with that is you pretty much getting blocked. You know what I mean? I think I put you on timeout. Nah, let's undo that. We gotta put you on the block list. That's where you belong. Yeah. You gonna tell me I wasn't there? The news media wasn't there. And guess what? He behind bars. You see how that worked? You see how that worked? So the cops wasn't there. They pulled up and they heard the story, just like we're hearing the story. And the cops took him in custody. So what now? What now? You weren't there. You weren't there either. But you side with him. Why? Because you're just another ninja, another savage that loved death and violence. You don't want to hold a black man accountable. The reason why we are in trouble in this land is because we hold none of our people accountable for their crimes. And the minute we say something about it, what black people love to do is say, well, what about white people? What about them? They never get held accountable. Well, I did this when so-called when Jordan Neely was murdered in the subway. I was on the front line defending him. So where's all the so-called people that call me Tether, Sambo, and all those other names? Where they at now? Where they at? I was defending Jordan Neely the whole time. The whole time I said it was wrong because I saw the video and I saw how he choked out dude. It was wrong. He never posed no threat. You know, the white guy was aggressive and full of himself and decided to take his life. And then that damn dog, Ron DeSantis, was praising Penny for killing Jordan. And I got on him too. You see what I mean? I got on his case too for what he did. And where's all those people that hate me? Where they at? See, notice this, ladies and gentlemen. When I speak and defend black people from white people that killed them, I get no love or support. Nobody came to support me, right? But when I speak against a black man that killed a white kid, all of a sudden now I get hate. You see how that works? I get hate for that. All you people coming in saying you weren't there, y'all just going on the block list. Y'all crazy. Because you weren't there. None of us was there. But guess what? The news is here. And the news gave us the story. So we know the story. So all that stupid talk about you weren't there is dumb. You know what I mean? That's like a man get arrested for so-called graping your kid. I was about to say the R word. You know what I mean? He get arrested for graping your kid. Are you going to say he's guilty? Or are you going to say, well, we weren't there, so we don't really know? If a man grabbed your 10-year-old daughter and violated her viciously, tore her into pieces, graping her for 3 hours, are you going to say he's innocent because we weren't there? You're not going to say we weren't there. You're going to be pissed off with that person and you're going to want justice. That's the hypocrisy of black people. They love to say we weren't there when it involves a black person. But if it's a white person, all of a sudden now they're crying no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. And then saying no justice, no peace, F the police. That's another thing they love to throw in there. You know? That's exactly what's going on, fam. Absolutely sick. You see? All of these damn demons coming over here to my comments. Obviously, y'all don't got no life, bro. No life whatsoever. Y'all literally following me around because I'm speaking the truth. The truth is what sets people free. This is why they killed the Messiah. Because the Messiah stood on business and they didn't like that. You know what I mean? They didn't like, that's how you know when you're real. When you're a real truth teller, they're gonna hate you. They're not gonna show no love. Nobody loves anybody that tell the truth. They hate you when you speak the truth. Got this young man's mother crying, the father crying, the brother mourning the loss, and all y'all can do is say, "Oh, they were bullying. They were bullying this young man, Karmelo. You weren't there. You didn't see that. So stop lying." And even if he were getting bullied, you don't bring out a knife. You go tell somebody. That's the problem with ninjas. They rule by their emotions. They do not think before they act. Y'all don't be thinking before y'all act, man. It's like y'all love being in prison. Y'all love. That's why the penitentiary is filled with ninjas. That's why the penitentiary is filled with ninjas, man. Shout out to Lady Divine for the Cash App. Appreciate your support. And also shout out to V Dubman, moderator, for the support. Shout out to Michael for the Cash App support. Michael. You see that? See, the support that I get real support from real viewers because I speak the truth. You understand? I stand on what I teach, and I'm not a hypocrite. I speak on all different types of topics, and I'm fair and I'm balanced. I'm not a racist, and I don't try to appease certain groups. I don't do that type of buffoonery. That's wickedness. I don't got time for that. The man killed somebody. We need to hold him accountable. Because if we can't hold him accountable, nobody's going to take us serious. The black community is supposed to be outraged. The black community is supposed to say, wait a minute. We cannot sit back and hide after this man done did this evil. We can't. We got to bring him out and say, look, Karmelo, you're guilty, bro. You did the dirt. You got to pay the piper, man. It is what it is. We can't protect you now, man. It's one thing if you would have came to us and said, yo, fam, dude is bullying me. Dude is doing this. And then we could have helped you. But you took it upon yourself to go get a knife and plunge it in this man's chest. So at that point, all bets are off the table. We can't support you now. It's just like if you have an attorney. You know, your attorney will give you some legal advice, but if you go against the advice and get yourself in trouble, he can't help you after that. You're done, bro. If you having conflict on your job, you don't go get your gun and bring it to your job to kill. You're crazy. I don't understand how you dudes can be fighting on the job and end up losing your job. Like, you have to be dumb as hell, bro. You know how many times I've been in situations on the 9 to 5 where I could have been in prison, where I could have took somebody's life? You know how many times, how many opportunities things pulled up? Many times, bro. And I had to literally swallow my pride. I had to de-escalate. I had to do everything that I had to do. You know why? Because I got kids. I got kids, ninja. I got kids that I gotta raise. So I can't afford to let some damn animal take my freedom. And then I end up behind bars, rotting in prison while my kids is out suffering. They end up losing the house, losing this, losing everything because I'm not providing no more. You see how that work? So you gotta think before you react, or else you'll lose everything and your family suffers. You know what I mean? You gotta think, bro. It's just sad, man, that this kid didn't think he had his whole future ahead of him. Whole future, and he threw it away. All because of some emotions. You know? It's just sick, bro. Oh, I know. Hey, I already know the workplace violence is on the rise. I know that. When I was on the 9 to 5, you had cats that came up to the job with guns and shot the supervisor. Shot the supervisor. It was all on the news. I don't want to mention no names because then now it'll pinpoint who's who and where it went. But at the same time, there have been a lot of situations like that where people came up to the job with guns and knives to shoot supervisors. They'll damage your vehicle, throw stones into your vehicle, bust your windshield, flat all your tires. I seen it all, man. Co-workers fighting, losing their jobs. I'm like, damn, y'all crazy, man. And we're not talking about, listen, I'm not talking about no regular job, bro. And no shot at anybody with no regular job. I'm talking about a job that's paying good money. Good money. And they lost their damn career. You getting paid damn near $50, $60 an hour and you throw that away? What are you, crazy? It don't make no damn sense. You getting paid over $75 OT money on a weekend and you just threw your job away over some petty garbage? You're dumb as hell, bro. Dumb. It don't make no sense. Listen, every time, and like I said, when I was on the 9 to 5, I had many encounters with death, with violence, issues that could have been deadly. And I had to literally calm myself down, de-escalate, apply all the training techniques. Because why? I'm trying to keep my job, bro. I'm trying to keep my job. I'm trying to go home. I'm not trying to get these handcuffs put on me. Now, some of you ninjas in the hood, you glorify violence and gang violence and prison and serving time. And anytime y'all have conversations, you always want to talk about you were in D Block and you were at Attica and you were at Rikers Island and blah, blah, blah. And you get kicks off of that stuff. For that, y'all be acting like y'all done went to college and whatnot. You ever see these ninjas on YouTube and all they talk about is, yeah, you know, when I was in prison, you know what I mean? I served my time, you know what I mean? A bunch of damn animals in and out of prison, and they so proud of themselves. Fam, if I was in prison, I wouldn't even tell you, bro. If I knew I served time in prison, I wouldn't even tell you. I would not glorify that. I would not be telling you that to make it seem like I'm more of a macho man. Like, yeah, I served time in prison. I seen content creators on YouTube saying that prison made them a man. Really? Prison made you a man? That's sad, bro. That is sad that prison made you a man. You know? But guess what? Karmelo gonna learn the hard way, dog. Karmelo gonna go to prison. And it's not gonna be sweet. You know how this go. See, here's the thing. We know there's racism in the world. And we know one thing and one thing only. When you're a black man and you kill somebody that's white, you going down, bro. You can forget about it. You're done. You're finished. And this is why I keep telling you ninjas that when you in this world, you got to be smarter than everybody else because you got to work 10 times harder in order to have the success that everybody else is able to get. You should know this already as a black man. As a black man, if I fight another black man, nobody cares. No one cares. But if I have a fight with a white man, all of a sudden everybody will care. You understand? I know the game. Therefore, I know how to play the game. I told you that in my last stream. See, these content creators be talking a load of ish about, yo, you know, Ringo, man, you know what I'm saying? If you got into an altercation with a white guy, you know, the white people, they're going to side with the white man. Yeah, I know that already, dumbass. I already know that. And guess what? I know how to play the game better than the white man because I'm a content creator. You know what that mean? That mean everywhere I go, the camera rolling. That mean that footage is being recorded all the time, at all times, every time, all the time. You know what that mean? That mean that you on tape. That mean anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. And I've did some things, fam. I did some things that got people nervous. They won't even fuck around with me because they already know what time it is. You know what I mean? I got them in a position right now on their chessboard where they pretty much can't make no move. You know why? You make one move that's wrong, you go into prison. I know how white people play the game, and I play that very same game. The same way they like to set your ass up as a black man and get paperwork on you and get a file, a paper trail. I know how to do that same play. That's right. I'll let you hang yourself, and I'll get you on tape. I'll get your words, I'll get your actions, and I'll have it all set up. And guess what? You can't argue with a judge with that. A jury is not going to be able to defend you. Even if they're racist, they won't be able to defend you. You know why? The video don't lie. That's right. You know? Shout out to Jacqueline for the membership, 8 months at Ringo. Thank you for your messages in truth. Appreciate you. So to everybody that be having that mindset of thinking, well, you know, Ringo, you over here pandering to white people. I'm not pandering to nobody. I'm speaking the truth. Like I said, I'm not a racist. And I don't care if there are white people that are racist too, because there are black people that are racist. I stand for the truth. That's it. I'm not like you black folk that hate white people all day. I don't got time for that. Me hating people all day means that I'm not going to be able to prosper. I'm not going to be able to have any peace. And I cannot be an example to my kids because I'm teaching them hate. You see how that works? So I got to be a father. I got to be a man. I got to do what I got to do. And the reason why a lot of you black men, especially on social media, don't have any leadership quality is because you don't got no kids to raise. When you have kids to raise and you're trying to put them on the straight and narrow path, oh, you ain't going to be on YouTube acting a fool. You ain't going to be on YouTube talking a bunch of garbage and doing evil. And a lot of you content creators, you already out of pocket. That's why I don't rock with none of you guys, man. Because y'all be doing dirt in order to get a click and a view. And I get it. You want to pay your bills. But at the same time, the money you're trying to make it when a man is speaking truth to power. This black man killed somebody. And rather than y'all holding him accountable, instead, you're justifying his actions by saying, well, you know, the white boy taunted him and the white boy did this. And there's no video showing the white boy doing anything. There's nothing that shows nothing. But this is the narrative y'all put out there because, again, you don't like white people. And I get it. You're a racist. It is what it is. At the same time, don't get mad at me for speaking the truth. Don't get mad at me because I got the balls to stand for what's right. See, I'm not doing what I'm doing to get your love and support. I'm not doing that for that. I'm doing it because I am compassionate about these stories. You know, I'm not a fake YouTuber. I'm not a clickbaiter. I don't say what the people want me to say. I don't do that. That's not me. I'm not going to have a channel where I only speak what the people want to hear because I fear that if I don't speak what they want me to say, then it means I'm going to not get the support that I'm looking for. No, I got to speak the truth. Even if it means people don't like me, even if it means people unsubscribe, it's good. You know why? Because that's not the audience that I want. I don't want that audience. I don't want to be no damn ass kisser. I don't want an echo chamber. I want to speak the truth. You know? If this kid had an altercation with this other kid, they could have just threw hands and it would have been what it was. But he pulling out a knife, it changed the whole game. At that point, this is not there was a little beef, a little issue. No. How does it go from arguing about a seat to a knife in a chest? That's pure hate. This kid hated this other kid for a long time, and he didn't like him. You understand? And now the truth is out there now. And rather than the black community stand on business, instead, because the kid is black, they figure, you know what? I'm going to stand with him because he's black. That's sick. I'm not standing with nobody just because they black. Just like there's a lot of white folk that do not just stand with white folk just because they white. There are white people that will turn another white man in a heartbeat if they know he out of pocket. White people don't play with certain things, especially if you're a pedophile. If you're a pedophile and the white community know you a pedophile and you touching kids, they coming for you, especially in the South. They coming for your ass. You know what I mean? They ain't going to harbor you there. No, they coming for you. They will literally all rally together and vote you out the community. Trust me, they will take you out the community. If they know that you're a harmful person to the community, they'll get you out. No different than if you're a black man and you selling drugs and they find out you in this nice community and you selling drugs from your house and the community know. The community board members, the HOA and everybody else, they will get your ass out that community. You will be out of there. They will vote you out. They will get all the agreements and everything set, and they will evict you out. You know what I mean? It ain't no game. They don't play. So how come in the black community, we see the crime, we see the drugs, we see everything, and we don't evict nobody out? That's because we love it. That's because we condone it. And anybody that speak against it, they either get killed or they get ostracized from the community. They get ridiculed and bashed. They're called a raccoon. They're called a Sambo. They're called all of these negative words, tethers, and all sorts of mess because they stand for the truth. So to all my haters, continue to hate. I'm going to continue to speak this truth. I don't care how much hate you want to put out there. I don't care. It's not bothering me. All it does is confirms exactly what I'm talking about. You know? Yeah, they defend Tyrone, they defend the killers, they defend the drug dealers, they defend the gang members. They never have anything to say about it. You know? You said Austin should have mind his own business. How many times have you never mind your business? At Brandy, how many times you never mind your business? How about those times? How about the times you never mind your business? What if somebody would have killed you? Would they have been justified? How many times have you raised your voice at someone else because you felt a certain way? What if they pulled out a knife and stabbed you? Would you feel they did the right thing? Come on now. Because everybody's talking and passing their judgments. But how many of you are guilty of raising your voice and flipping out? I've seen dudes flip out on other men in the street and the man had a damn gun at his waist. And he didn't even shoot. He didn't even pull it out. I seen a guy flipping in the streets, wilding out. And the white guy had a gun on him the whole time. We looking. He had a gun. Open carry. He have his gun right there. And he's just kind of just watching. He ain't pull out his gun. He just stayed. He didn't even respond. He was just like shaking his head, like, and the dude was mouthing off. Why the white guy didn't say, I feared for my life and I pulled out my gun and I shot him? He ain't do nothing. He just got in his car and he went about his business. You know why? Because he know what he's capable of doing. He could have neutralized that threat immediately. But sometimes you got to be the bigger man and think about what you're doing. You know, you got to think about it and say, you know what? Is it really worth it? That guy just mouthing off, man. Let me just head on out. Let me go about my business. You know? It is what it is. You know? And now you saying, if somebody killed me, I'm dead. What a dead person gonna do if they dead? So basically, you're not making any sense of what you're saying. You're not making any sense. You basically agree with what I just said, which means that if you go out there and you speak loud or threaten anybody or did anything out of pocket and that person end up killing you or stabbing you, that they were justified in doing it. That don't make no sense. We got to learn to think and use our brains, man. We got to think and use our brains and stop overreacting to situations that we could just walk away from. Killing somebody over a seat is dumb. I can understand somebody breaking your house and want to harm your family and kids, and you stab the perp. Yes, I fully support it if Karmelo was protecting his mom and his family from a burglar that broke in the house. Yes, if he pulled out that knife and plunged it in that damn killer's chest. Yes, we'll band with him. We'll support his fundraiser. We got to free Karmelo if he did that. But no, he didn't do that. He got upset over a seat and decided to stab a man in the heart. I can't support that. There's no justification for that. I cannot see that as I just can't see it. No, he murdered him. And then content creators are literally acting stupid, acting like, oh, well, Ringo's wrong. Ringo's trying to sound like the white people. No, I'm trying to be me. I don't watch any of these other platforms. I don't know what these platforms are saying. That's the difference between me and you YouTubers. I don't watch these other YouTubers. I don't get influenced by them. I speak my own mind. I speak what makes sense logically. That's the problem with a lot of you black folk that talk ish about me. You try to say stuff like, oh, I'm repeating what the white people are saying. I haven't not watched no white channel that talks about this story. None. I haven't watched nobody that have talked about this story. None. So I don't know why they're saying these things. I don't know why. It don't make no sense. You know? But it is what it is, man. You said he fighting over no damn seat. Dude, stop lying on that boy. Here you are, you here defending a killer. You're defending a killer. It says a lot about you, because by you defending a killer, it says the type of men you would deal with. You would deal with a man that killed people, and you would go to court and defend him and say, that's my baby. I love him. All over the news, it's talking about that seat and why he killed him. And here you are telling me I'm lying about him when I'm just reporting the news. You weren't even there, but you telling me I'm lying about him. You're tripping. Again, go back to those hate channels that talk ish about Ringo, because y'all not welcome over here. We don't got time to be playing these games. We speak truth. We don't got no time. You know? He brought a knife, then went directly to where the so-called bullies were at. That's premeditated. No way around it. That's another thing. If he felt like, okay, if he was being bullied, first of all, to be bullied, it means that it's an ongoing thing. Right? So for him to go there where the guys are, that means he want to be bullied. He wasn't bullied. He went there to handle business. He went there to handle business. Maybe his peeps was like, yo, bro, you need to handle that. Don't let them get away with it. And he pulled up, had the knife on him and everything. and was ready to pop off. That's what happened, bro. You see? Because the dude that stabbed the white kid, he appeared to be the bully. Because if they tell you you're not supposed to sit here and you refuse, you're the aggressor. You know? If you're not supposed, listen, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Because a lot of y'all don't understand how this thing works. To those of you that own a house, to those of you that rent property, whether you own the house, got the title deed, or if you rent the house, let me talk to you for a minute. Your yard, your area where you live, whether you own it, whether you rent it, it belongs to you because you paying the rent. You understand what I mean? If I'm paying the rent and this yard is a part of what I'm renting, and you come on my yard where I'm renting and you doing any sort of BS, I'm going to check your ass and I'm going to cuss your ass out and I'm going to really deal with you accordingly. You know why? Because this is my area. You see how that go? Just like if you own the property, I cannot go on your property and do any dirt. I got to respect your property. I got to respect your property. If my neighbor next door is doing a thing, I respect my neighbor to the best of my abilities. That's how I am. I don't know how you guys go. Let's say, for example, hypothetically, I'm doing some yard work, right? And I came outside to do the yard work and I run the mower. I'm doing this. I'm doing some cutting, whatever the case is. And I kind of get to the back area of the yard and I notice that my neighbor is barbecuing. I'll stop the yard work. And the reason why it's called respect. It's called respect. You know why? Because I see that the neighbor is having a cookout and I don't want to disturb his family while they having their cookout. So I'll turn off the mowers, I'll turn off everything, pack it up. And sometimes the neighbor will be like, hey, it's cool. And I'll be like, no, it's not cool. I'll deal with that in the morning. That's called respect. You see what I mean? Something that a lot of us may not have, but I have that kind of respect for other people because sometimes yards connect. Sometimes you might have your yard and it connects to the neighbor in a way, but I don't go on that side. But if I'm doing some work and something happened, maybe some leaves or whatever the case is, you know, if anything, I might get the leaves with the blower and blow it back on my side, or whatever the case is, just so that there's no disturbance of the peace. You see what I mean? So we got to know how to conduct ourselves with people. We have to understand that. You see? Your property is your property and nobody should be interfering with that because it's out of pocket. You got to respect other people. Y'all remember when I told you that story when I was working on the lawn and you had some dude in this community, he was walking his dog and dude started walking on the lawn and I'm looking at this dude like, bro, first of all, this lawn is not a sidewalk. This is my spot. You walking on my area, my property. And I asked the guy kindly, I said, don't walk on the lawn, walk in the street. And the man looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm looking at him like, I don't think he know what he's dealing with. You know what I mean? So all that did, it made him look bad. You don't want to look like a bad person in front of other people for being disrespectful because you can't go to somebody's property and do dirt. I can't go to your property and park my car on your driveway or in front of your driveway. I can't do that. You got to have respect. You understand? So when it comes to this situation, a lot of cats don't have respect for men that speak truth. And the reason why is because I'm messing with their hustle. Listen, ladies and gentlemen of the court, a lot of you that might be viewing the video, you may not like me. You may be over here because you just want to hear some words that I speak so you could get angry some more. Some of you probably confused. You probably don't know. Most of you probably rock with the platform. You're here to support the show. What you got to understand about content creators is the reason why they're upset with me. It's not because I'm doing something wrong. It is because I'm interfering with the narrative that is possibly messing with their money. Because if I'm speaking against Karmelo and I'm making sense, what that can do is influence the people that are listening to the videos that will prevent those other content creators from making the money they're trying to make. It's sort of like drug dealing on the block. If one person got a corner and he's getting customers, but yet there's product on another corner that's better, it's gonna make the fiends not want to go to that other content creator. And that's exactly how this thing is. This is why they get upset with me. Because when I speak the truth, it makes so much sense. It's making people question them. So people will go to their platform and be like, bro, how you over here defending a dude that murdered somebody though? Why y'all condoning this? Why y'all glorifying this? But yet, when black people kill black people, y'all don't even make videos about it. These content creators never make videos about black on black crime because there's no money in it. There's no money in talking about black people that kill black people. It's not as entertaining, but it is much entertaining when you see a black kid kill a white kid, because now they could reinforce the racism, the stereotypes, and the prejudice and the games, and how, oh yeah, you know, white people treated us like this and we're just getting our get back, and you know, he effed around and found out, and it's just evil. So they're mad at me because I'm speaking the truth. You know? Yeah, his father should have taught him. You know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, he was there and there was a lot of stuff going down that we don't see. There's a lot of stuff that was going down. Somebody putting hands on you doesn't mean you put a knife in their chest. How many of y'all ever been in a fight? Come on now. I've been in many fights, and I don't recall pulling out knives to stab people. You know? Like intentionally carrying the knife so that I can kill somebody. It don't make no sense. Because you got to defend yourself. So it ain't like, oh, he put his hands on him. He should have never put his hands on you. Haven't you learned how to fight yet? If somebody put their hands on you, you put your hands back. You don't pull out a knife and put it in their chest. It's not even about a so-called different time. You know? It's not even about that. A different time. You see? You have another troll in the chat. He said, you scared to fight New Breed. Fam, I'm 47 years old. 47-year young man. I'm not wasting my time fighting YouTubers over BS, especially when that ninja know where I live. How many times I'm gonna tell you damn animals? That ninja know where I live. If that ninja wanted smoke, all he gotta do is pull up. And he gonna find out. What did I tell y'all before? I play chess, not checkers. I will get your ass on camera, pulling up at the house, showing a sense of violence, so that when I take you out, you go to prison or you go to a box, and I will go have dinner. Period. Told you already how white people get down. They're not gonna go and play into your hand and play into your game, because that's how you get lined up. You see what I'm saying? So you can say whatever you want. Go tell that man why he's scared to pull up at this house. Go tell him that. Don't come over here telling me I'm scared to fight somebody, because that's gonna only get me in prison. Because you fighting another man will get you in prison. I don't know if you ninjas understand that. If you ninjas go pull up to fight another man, especially when you're on the internet talking about it, y'all all dumb and stupid because you're going to go to prison. You're going to get locked up. You're dumb. There is nowhere in the laws that it said, hey, if you having an issue with somebody on YouTube, y'all need to pull up and start fighting. Well, y'all going to both go to jail. Dummies. Well, I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. But if a man really wanted that kind of smoke and he know where you live at, he can always pull up. Now, if he do that, there's going to be consequences for it because it ain't going to be a fight. It's going to be something else. And I'm not going to prison. You see how that works? So the one who's scared is the one who's not pulling up. That's the one who's scared. I'm not stupid. I'm smart. You're not going to take my freedom. You're not going to take me away from my kids. You're not going to take me away from my family. And I'm not going to try to prove nothing to you damn bastards that sit around in the viewership, that sit around in the clouds to try to make myself seem like I'm gangster. You know what's gangster? Gangster is when you providing for your family. Gangster is when you providing for your kids. Gangster is when you protecting your house. That's gangster. Only a dumb idiot would be talking about wanting to fight other men on social media, and then you get locked up. And now you're looking stupid. And then some of y'all cats don't even understand how the streets is, where people set people up. Where they set you up to call you out, and then you go out with the intentions to fight, and then you get killed. Look at the situation that happened with that sister. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember the story of the black woman that had an issue with another black woman. It was all on social media. She said, she called her out to fight. She pulled up to throw hands, to throw paws. And what did the black woman do? Pulled out a gun and shot her. That's what happens when you play the fool. She lined her up and killed her. So you listen to these damn ninjas when they tell you, hey, let's shoot a fair one. Let's do it this. This is America. I don't trust none of these ninjas. We gonna play this thing by the rules, by the book. You know what I mean? That's how we gonna play this. They lined up that black woman and shot her in her head, killed her. And she thought she was going there to throw hands. She was lied to and tricked into throwing hands. She came there with no gun, but the other girl came with a gun. You see what happens when you get lined up? That's what happened. That's why I don't entertain all of this garbage from these damn YouTubers, because they love losing their freedom. I'm not stupid. I'm gonna help to put you behind bars or in a box. I'm not playing with nobody. I'm a grown man with a family. I'm not here to play. I'm serious about what I'm talking about. If you want to spend time in prison to prove something to people in comment sections, you're a dumbass. I don't got time for that. Because ain't nobody gonna be there to help me when I'm in prison. Ain't nobody gonna put money on my books. Ain't nobody gonna get me no attorney. Ain't nobody gonna do a damn thing. But it was very entertaining to see you waste your time trying to please people. Don't ever put yourself in a situation like that, guys. Don't ever put yourself in a situation where men taunt you on social media and call you a coward and say this and say, you could call me whatever you want to call me. I'm a man. I'm a man and I'm smarter than you. And I'm not dumb. You're going to lose your freedom or your life effing around in these streets. This ain't a game. This is serious. And now that young man lost his life. He thought by him pulling out a knife and stabbing that kid that he good. No, he now lost his life because he's going to prison. There is no way Karmelo is not going to serve time. He's going to prison for life. He's going to prison for life. Trust me, it's not going to end well for him. The evidence is clear. He's done. I don't know why everybody's supporting that, glorifying killing people and doing this evil. I don't got no parts in that, bro. And I don't act gangster. I don't act like no thug. I'm not no damn thug. I'm a man. I don't gotta act like I'm gangster. I don't gotta act like I'm tough. None of that stuff proves nothing to nothing. Got time for all that mess. But a man will protect his family. A man will protect his household by any means necessary. By any means necessary, fam. And that goes for any man. Any man should be willing to protect his household. You know, any man that's not willing to protect his household is not a man. But I'm not going to be outside doing goofy stuff and put myself in prison. And then people making YouTube videos. Ringo TV got arrested because he was in his emotions and decided to pull up and do X, Y, and Z to prove to people on YouTube. And now he is going to trial. Nah, you're going to have that kind of content on me. But I'll have content on you on the Ring camera, pulling up, going in a box, or getting dealt with to the point where the police come, and then we'll see you get arrested. Then you're going to get charged. You're going to catch more felonies, and you're going to prison for a long time. And then I'm going to make a video about it and post everything. Serious. I know a kid that they called him on his phone, told him come outside so he can have a fair one with this other dude. It wasn't no fair one. They jumped him and they beat him to death. Y'all keep letting people line y'all up. Keep playing these little games, bro. Keep playing these games with these ninjas. Never trust a ninja, bro. I don't trust no ninja. None. I don't trust them at all, bro. They line people up. They line people up. That's what they do. You know? Just the other day, you had a teacher. Listen, she's in a school teaching, substitute teacher. I'm gonna post a YouTube short about it. This woman paid a student to kill her so-called husband. What? Paid one of her students 2 bands so that he could kill her husband. Crazy stuff, man. Where are all those channels that love to talk about sundown towns? How come they not talking about that? You know? Where they at? Where's everybody to talk about it? All these channels that you see riding with Karmelo, those are hate channels. Those are all hate channels. Anybody you see riding with Karmelo Anthony's situation, and I'm not talking about basketball players. I had to make sure that, you know, because, you know, they share the same name. But you get what I mean. When you see channels supporting this kid, those are hate channels that want to make us hate white people even more. That's what they doing, guys. Don't fall for it. You know? Yeah, they wait on me to talk about it, and then they go live. It's crazy how you see it. If you really watch these channels, like I'll talk about what's this guy? Terrence Howard. Then you see other YouTuber, y'all know who I'm talking about. All of a sudden he go live to talk about it. Ain't that crazy? As soon as I talk about it, he talk about it. You know? It's crazy stuff. Like I did the videos talking about how there's no such thing as spiritual warfare, and I broke down all the scriptures. Then he go and he make a video talking about, you know, spiritual warfare, blah, blah, blah. This dude is a straight damn demon hypocrite. Just the other day, that dude was on a video drinking, talking about he want everybody to come party with him. Then he deletes the video. Bro, I got the video downloaded. We're going to be doing a video about that, bro. Because in the video, he was like, yo, people don't know I'm not really as religious as they think I am. He said on my big channel, you know, I got to act all professional. But on my little channel, I could just keep it funky with the people. You know what I mean? I just want us to drink and party and have fun. And I'm saying to myself, bro, you're supposed to be following the Most High. Why do you want everybody to drink? You're supposed to be getting people saved, filled with the Holy Ghost. Instead, you want people to get filled with alcohol. It's crazy. I'm going to be talking about that later on, fam. You know what I mean? But anyway, y'all, we're going to get up on out of here, man. It is what it is, man. Let these YouTubers continue to talk about me. They wasting their damn time. Ain't none of them could go toe-to-toe with Ringo TV when it comes to anything, debating anything, fam, nothing. I speak the ultimate truth on these platforms, and I'm very thorough. These guys are just piggybacking off of things they heard, and they're trying to manipulate the people based on their own internalized racism. And that's what's feeding these people. They're just doing what they got to do to get that Cash App and that Super Chat. That's all they care about. They don't care about Karmelo. They don't care. They're just using whatever they could do to push their religion, especially in that FBA community. They're just full of hate. I'm talking about, they're so hateful. It's unbelievable. They're so hateful, man. You know, anything that they could use to reinforce their hate group, they'll do that to bring in new members into the cult. Don't let them pull you into that FBA garbage, man. Seriously, it's all garbage at the end of the day. It's all garbage. You know, all a bunch of garbage. Don't join no Christianity. Don't join no Hebrew Israelites. Don't join no FBA. Don't join no B1. Don't join none of that garbage. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, all of those are hate groups that stereotype this and they hate each other. And the minute you speak truth about one of them, they attack you. There is no love in the black community. We glorify violence. We glorify trap music, drill music, and death. That's all we do. We don't want to follow God, and we don't want to do what's right. And that's why we're all suffering right now. You know? So I don't want to hear anything, bro. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to always stand for the truth. Always. You know? I got the clip at Rollo. I got the clip where he was doing that mess. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up, fam. Let me see if I can pull it up, bro. Y'all think this is a game, bro. Let me show you this cat, bro. Check this out. Y'all ready? Let me see. I'm gonna post a still image. Watch this. Check this out, gang. Let me post this real fast. This dude was so drunk. He was drinking from an empty bottle, bro. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. Because y'all be thinking these dudes be men of God and they're righteous. Dudes ain't no men of God, man. They from the devil, man. That's why I get hate all the time, because I expose the real. I don't sugarcoat, bro. I don't have time for that. Man is an alcoholic and a drunk. Look at this mess. Look at this mess, bro. Check this out. Let me see if I could do this real quick, because he have the bottle reverse. So let me reverse it. Let me reverse this. Check this out, gang. Watch this. This is what he drinking, bro. You see that? This is what's going on, fam. You see that? This man sitting in the house, drinking, carrying on. Then when he ready, he want to talk about God. Man, stop. Stop it, please. You're wasting your time, bro. You don't got no time, man. All these hypocrites got to be exposed, boy. It's sad. Absolute sad, bro. Absolutely sad, bro. And just the other day, he made a video talking about he's fasting and praying. What the hell how you gonna be 1 minute drunk talking about one thing and now you fasting and praying and now you're gonna talk about spiritual warfare? Bro, stop. That's why I keep telling y'all, man, when you in these YouTube streets, y'all gotta listen to the real content creators and stop listening to these fakes, bro. Stop listening to fakes. That's crazy, man. Imagine you laying down, drinking, drunk. You gotta be stressed out, fam. There's no way you could tell me that you're having a good time. You stressed out, bro. That don't make no sense. Yeah, he drinking some old cheap liquor. It's sad, bro. If you notice, he ain't respond to Brother Brainwaves yet. Brainwaves cooked him in that stream. He ain't respond yet. Talking about he going on a 4-day fast. That man, how you fast and you still online? You ain't fast from the internet. You know? That don't make no sense, bro. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna get up on out of here, gang. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings. The mods in the chat. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I mean, if you just look at the spot of where he killed the kid at, bro. That was right in front of everybody, man. Right in front of everybody. That's the spot where the kid died, man. You know? That's the spot where he died, man. It's crazy. He was in the wrong spot. Sick, bro. So, hey, it is what it is, man. Yeah, and don't get in no Valve and no damn land initiatives with that clown, bro. That man got 200,000 subscribers and ain't nobody donating no money to support, bro. I mean, like every day his subscribers could give him $1 and that'll be 200,000 every day. If those people really was rocking with that land initiative garbage, they would have been, this man would have had at least $5 million raised already. Nobody cares about that. We got our own lives, our own bills. We don't got no damn time to be at no damn UPA farm with so-called ants and fire ants on our back. Living in a Mongolian yurt. How in the world you gonna come into a live chat with a username called SexSilly69 and expect us to take you serious? Where y'all getting all of this gossip from about Metcalf shouldn't have been a bully? Where you got that from? Were you sitting right there? Do you even know these people? Y'all be just coming in this live chat talking about stuff y'all heard from somebody else that gaslight your mind and have y'all believe in BS. It's crazy, bruh. Absolutely sick. About he was a bully. He was a bully. He was a bully. None of y'all know nothing about nothing. Y'all just running y'all mouth based on what you heard some other YouTubers said. You were not there. Being a bully does not mean you kill somebody. Because what you're saying is it's justified. So when people bully you on the job, you have a right to kill them? Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling me that if somebody bully you, you have a right to kill? His life was not in danger. There was no reason to use excessive force. Don't we always say that about the police? He didn't have no weapon on him. Why the police use excessive force? Come on now. That's what's going down, fam. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. Y'all be safe. Ringo TV Reactions. Salute you. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all later on with more content. Let the haters hate. We're gonna continue to speak this truth. I'm out of here. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth. 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.